Okay, so my name is Yosef Kabeda, and this is my ENME489Y Mesh Lab assignment. So in this video, I'll demonstrate how we get from the 3D point cloud that was generated on the previous part and obtain the surface mesh using meshlab. So as you can see here on the MATLAB, this MATLAB code is the code that generates the point cloud. So as it imports the test files, .txt assigns to an array, and then plots it. So when you run this code, we should get a 3D point cloud that should resemble the bluebird, which is the bird standing inside Lot 1 on University of Maryland campus. So this 3D point cloud does a good job of demonstrating the bluebird. As you can see the all contours of the bird. So this has it was an aggregate of two scans, one on the left side and one on the right side. So now having obtained this point cloud, we would want to see the surface mesh or mesh lab demonstration of the 3D point cloud. So what this code does after plotting the points is it tries to assign these points into a single array. And how we do that is we use the cat command, so where we mesh all of the x variables of both of the left and right side arrays used, and all of the y and all of the z into, and then we assign into a one array here, and then later we do the f print f, where we kind of go through each row using a for loop. So each row of the new integrated array, and we write it into a text file. So now, having obtained that text file, we go to the meshlab. So in meshlab here, we say import text file, and we select our text file that's used, and we have the space as a separator. And here you basically see the point cloud that was generated from in MATLAB. So we increase the point size to make it more discernible, more vivid. So once we have this point cloud, what we do is we go to the process of getting the mesh. So the first thing is we have to get rid of these extraneous points. So we do that by selecting, and then we trim the points here and there. We get rid of all of these other points that might create an error. So after we trim this, we go to render, we say show normal, and then we go to filters, we go to normals, and we say normal point sets. And here we try to use the low value, because that low, through trial and error we found that a low value such as 1, for example, gives us a normal line that's parallel at each point. So we click apply. So as we can see here, you see that all of the normal lines are in the same direction, in the horizontal, but in the same direction. So now once we obtain this, we again kind of simplify by trimming all of these extraneous points. So we go here again, and then we highlight these points, we trim them, we try to do that to make it even. So we go to all those sides, we get rid of this point. And basically, we do more of this trimming over and over again until we kind of get a more easy to identify and less noisy cloud like this one. Okay, now we got to this point, we go to filter, then we go to remeshing, and then we go to Poisson surface. So on Poisson surface, we kind of adjust the depth. So we put 15 here, get through trial and error, and then we put 3 samples here, and then we click apply. Yeah, here we go. So now we have this surface mesh. So we close this. So here, as you can see, gave us the whole board area. Behind it is also we have this contour. So now to simplify, we just go highlight, we click on the point mesh, we highlight the surface, and then we basically start the trimming. So we trim on both sides and basically try to get as close to the main area of interest as we can, and we do that. And I'll just show you the final value so that once you know how it goes. So I've taken a screenshot of what it should look like. So as you can see here, after removing, this is what you get. So this is one of the sides, and this is the other side, which is the left side. As you can see here, we've simplified the mesh, and here's the back side. So as you can see, now we've obtained the mesh, and this is how we get the mesh lab from the 3D point. So a couple of advantages for the mesh is, as you can see here, it kind of demonstrates or kind of shows us by integrating the points to give us a surface. So this is a huge advantage because it gives us the visualization of what our actual scanned statue would look like in points in virtual space. It also helps us to get the idea of how to 3D print it. So I would want to 3D print it eventually, but this mesh lab kind of helps me see how the surface is going to show up in SolidWorks eventually when I try to 3D print it. So this is the mesh environment. Thank you.